Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Top Hat Gaming Man here. Oh, no, wait. Hey there, guys. It's DJ Slope from Slope's Game Room. That's a little bit better. It's the Patreon Q&A, and I am in London. What am I doing? I'm going to the London gaming market. Let's do this. Yes, I'm off to the London gaming market. Here I am right here, making my way to the arena, listening to that new Shy FX album. If you guys haven't listened to it, you definitely should. But anyway, the real reason I'm making this video is because I like to do my Patreon Q&A videos and make them a little bit more interesting. So straight away, what we'll do is we'll get to the first question, which is from Lefty. And Lefty asks, which classic Bullfrog game do you prefer? Plenty to choose from, most of them just as iconic as the other in gaming history. As a kid, I definitely would have said Theme Park, but now as an adult, I would definitely say Theme Hospital. I prefer Theme Hospital now than I do Theme Park. You know, I just think it's a better rounded game, in all honesty. So yeah, nice and easy answer for you there, Lefty. Thank you very much. And Mantis also asks, I might be wrong, but I think you're not much of a JRPG player. If that's the case, why? Would you be prepared to sit down with a Final Fantasy game and play it through? And if I'm wrong, which are your favourites? Okay, so yeah, this will give you a little bit of an update on the channel as well, this answer. So I don't play many JRPGs because I just don't have the time to play them, honestly. And a lot of the time the story just gets... for me, I like like a movie to be an hour and a half long. I don't like a 24-part series instead of a 1.5 hour long, with just so much stretched out points where you could have condensed it so much nicer into like one movie. And I feel like that with a JRPG that's 20, 30, 40 hours long. I just want one story. I don't want all of these stupidly long... it just takes so long. But with that said, yes, I definitely would sit down and play I wouldn't go as far as like a really hardcore JRPG, because honestly I'm just not going to finish it. I've tried to start so many and I never finish them, but I reckon I could sit down and watch one. And the plan was that I would sit down and actually play one of these JRPGs, one of the famous ones that I've not played before, including like Sega's ones though, like a Phantasy Star game or something like that, and I'd actually play it on a stream for you guys. So the idea was I'd be streaming every week. I said I'd do that when I quit and gone full time, which I've now done, but I also said I wouldn't do that unless I had my video ready for the weekend. And for me, still the most important thing is to have a video out for the weekend, which is why I don't do as many streams as I would like to. I'd like to still think that I'm getting those cogs working a little bit better every single week. So it's quite hard now. I'm on holiday. I've got my son's birthday, obviously Mother's Day. I've got this thing going on. So it's hard right now, but give it a month or so and hopefully the live streams will come back a lot more. And yes, you will be able to see me play some JRPG goodness. Yes, and a lot more point and click. I want to get more into point and click games as well. So yeah, anyway, I hope that answers your question, Mantis. Oh my god, he actually asks another one. Let me answer this one before we go into that. Mantis, hopefully I'm not cheating here with a second one, since the last technically contained a few questions. What's your take on FMV games? I ask because I've recently played Black Mirror, Bandersnatch on Netflix, and Late Shift on Steam. They're both bloody brilliant. You know what? I haven't even tried out the whole Black Mirror Bandersnatch thing yet. Stupid, I know. I keep thinking, oh, I've got to do that, and I never do. I love FMV games. I love FMV games when they're done right. Well, actually, I say done right. I suppose if you look at something like Road Avenger, it's quite flawed, or Time Girl and stuff like that. I've got a major soft spot for the Mega CD, so those sort of games I absolutely adore. Obviously Night Trap, there will be a Night Trap Complete History coming, absolutely. I'd love to look into the history of that and go into more depth than, because that story's been covered a lot of times. I'd love to do that. I'm just looking on my shelf. I do quite like FMVs. I've got nothing against them. They're very much pick up and play and just pick up and put down sort of games. So yeah, I like them. And thank you very much, Mantis. Okay, so next up on the old questions, we have Mark S. Hines, who seems to have asked quite a lot. But before I get that, just have a look at this here, guys. So this is the Retro Electro Mini collectible models of the Mega Drive. I'm really interested to see what you guys think about these. I have got one of these. The guy here actually gave me one of those. It was before this event, actually. I got it a week or so ago, and I have done a little unboxing. Here's a little preview of that. But you'll see that in about a week or so when I properly edit that together. But yeah, it's really interesting what you think, because I asked some people and they think it's outstanding. I'm definitely one of those people. I think the quality on this thing is incredible. I think unless if you just saw a picture of it on a bit of wood or a carpet or whatever, you'd think it isn't a real Mega Drive. The scale is 1.2.3 or something like that, which is crazy. It's a really cool scale. But yeah, I'm really interested to see what you guys think about it. But anyway, go check out the website Retro Electro Models. RetroElectroModels.com. Yes, if you want to go check it out yourself. But like I said, there will be a proper review of this coming up soon. But anyway, back over to Mark S. Hines. His question is, do you follow the homebrew aftermarket scene? If so, which console do you buy homebrew or aftermarket games for? I own homebrews and aftermarket releases for several systems. Now, I honestly don't. I'm trying to think how I can stretch out that answer, but I honestly don't. Sometimes people will send me information on, cool things like maybe Sonic projects or whatever else like that. But I honestly don't. I'm really sorry. I don't have much else to add on to that. I just don't. I don't have the time, in all honesty. But he's got more questions, so I don't feel too bad. Marcus Hines also asks, do you prefer to own physical copies of your games, or do you prefer digital downloads? Absolutely, 100% I prefer physical. So there's all these people out there so many people are doing limited run games, like super rare games, and obviously there's the Play Asia ones. I've got several of each from each company, and I absolutely love them. Please put every single digital release, I don't care how crap it is, onto a cartridge. Yeah, it's going to make it harder in the future for anyone to do a complete set of something like the Switch or the PlayStation 4, but I don't care. I love having physical releases so much. Absolutely. And his final question, or more like a request, do you plan to cover the release of the Intellivision Amico? It's scheduled for release on 10/10/2020. Some games will come preloaded with the system. Additional games can be purchased and downloaded, or as one source in the UK told me, buyers will have the option to buy a physical copy on an SD card in cases in the style of those used for the 3DS. They have announced that 20 games will be available at launch. Absolutely, I'm a huge fan of Tommy Tallarico. I mean, obviously not as a gaming company owner, more obviously of his music and everything he's done for gaming over the years. But there's something about the Amico that should be bad. It should be ringing alarm bells, but I'm actually very excited for the Amico. They've made some very questionable decisions regarding it, but time will tell. Time will tell. I never forget the time when I first saw a Wii controller and I was like, what the hell is that? But I mean, it's a very interesting concept. What is it? Next year it's coming out. So yeah, I mean, I'd like to think I'm going to be covering that. We will see, but I hope so. I'm very interested to find out more about the Amico. But thank you very much, Mark S. Hines. So obviously, yes, as I'm reading this here, as you can see across the screen, this is just before the actual gates opened at the London gaming market. You can see me walking around, saying hello to a few people, just showing off what they had for sale. And there was actually another room which I completely forgot to film, and that was a lot more local resellers and stuff like that. So it wasn't not local resellers, local dealers. So there were like the better deals in that room, which I completely forgot to look in there till it was too late. But yeah, anyway, let me answer another question from the Geeky Dad. I wanted to ask a real question, but that face is so distracting. Why the hell are you so sweaty? So he's asking. I put a random picture on the top of this Q&A for my Patreons, and it's this picture right here. Yes, you don't normally see me without a hat on, do you? Yeah, there you go. But yeah, the reason I've got that on, I've got that sweat on, is because you can see there's a big bush behind me. was cutting down a couple of trees in our garden. That's literally it. But thank you very much. Thank you. And I will also answer, before I move on to the next bit here, I will answer a question from Richard Carter, aka Fantastic Dizzy, who asks, "Hi Dan, what would your ideal cast for a new Aladdin film and director? I think Will Smith will give a good performance. Genie rap, anyone? Would you like to see a remastered or even possibly new game? Thank you, best wishes." Yes, so a new Aladdin game would be fantastic, because I'll tell you what, the original Aladdin game, brilliant game. Obviously I'm talking about the Mega Drive version, but saying that, the Super Nintendo and the Master System and Game Gear versions are all very good. But I would like to see a new, not a remaster, like a new Aladdin game, a new side-scrolling, very well made Aladdin game. Absolutely, I would freaking love that. In regards to a cast, oh wow, I don't know. You know, I think Guy Ritchie's a really interesting choice to be the director, so I wouldn't change that. See, the thing is, everyone's hating on Will Smith being the genie, and it's weird. It's really weird to see him as the genie, but there was a really good news reviewer, on YouTube that actually said everyone's hating on him, but because he's not Robin Williams. But at the end of the day, Robin Williams was being Robin Williams when he created the genie, and Will Smith is just doing Will Smith. You know, he's got his little rapping, he's got his funky little, like, you know, I'm so cool jokes and everything, and it just works. It works. I wouldn't change that. I don't know who I'd have in place. Everyone's just too corny, aren't they? I honestly can't think of anyone better, if I'm honest, which is a crazy thing to think, you know, that everyone's hating on Will Smith, but I generally can't think of anyone better to do it. If you ask me, I don't think they should be doing it anyway, but you know, these live action movies are coming so often now, so I'm just like, yeah, bring them all, I don't care. Okay, for this next bit, I want to give a massive shout out to someone called Christopher, or you may actually know him as Dot Decor. If you don't know who Dot Decor is, go and check him out on Instagram, DOTDECOR. He was he the first person to ever send me like fan mail? I think he might have been. I mean, I think I might have had a letter or two before then, but this is like fan art. Okay, yeah, fan art. So it was after I'd done my Metal Slug video, so it would tell you how long ago that was. That was about 2.5, 3 years ago. He liked the video and he said, you know, can you give me a character from a sprite? And, you know, I'd just done the Metal Slug, so I sent him, you know, I said, do Marco from Metal Slug, and he'd done this incredible piece of art and sent it to me from Japan, completely for free, and it's been up on my walls, but pride possession on my wall. I absolutely love it. He randomly messaged me and said he was going to be at this London gaming market, and honestly, it was the main reason I went. I will show you some pickups and stuff I got later on. So it was so awesome to go and see this guy. It was really cool. There's a little bit here showing what he had on his small stand there. It was really cool. And Chris, if you're watching this, thank you so much for coming all the way over to England. And I know it's years later, but again, thank you for the incredible artwork that you sent me. So there you go. Thank you so much. Okay, so anyway, moving on with the other stalls that you see here, I'll quickly answer another question from Mantis before I get into the final one and show you what I picked up at the event. And this one was from Mantis, and he says, random question, did you ever watch Takeshi's Castle on Challenge TV? It's one of my favourite shows ever, and Craig Charles is a superb commentator on it. Yeah, I mean, so I did. I mean, yeah, I definitely watched it. I mean, but it was never something that I'd go out of my way. Oh my god, it's 7 o'clock. Let's go watch Takeshi's Castle, or whatever time it would be. But I mean, if it was on, if I was flicking through the guide and I saw it, I'd put it on, you know. But you'd never watch more than one episode, you know. I definitely enjoyed watching it. In actual fact, I worked at a restaurant as a waiter in a past life. And they always had it on the telly, and it was always good fun. I mean, obviously I couldn't hear Craig Charles, and yes, obviously he was a fantastic commentator on that, as well as a bit of Robot Wars as well. Any Robot Wars fans out there? But I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say I loved it, but yeah, it was good fun for a half an hour waste of time. So, Here you go, the final question. Thank you for watching this long if you have. Honestly guys, this wasn't actually going to be my weekend video. I was going to be releasing this on like Thursday next week or something. But sadly, YouTube being YouTube, I had a limited ads on my latest kick scammer video. So if you want to watch that, if you are a patron, you can already see that, of course. But unfortunately, I've had to put it back. It's a real shame, but you know, these things happen. But yes, there is a kick scammer on the way because it is already finished. And yeah, it's, what is it? It's midnight exactly. It's midnight exactly. And I wanted to make sure I got something out this weekend. So I just pushed this forward a little bit. So hello. So yeah, it's the time where I'm going to show off what I actually got at the event and answer the final question as well. So what have we got? Well, first I've got a couple of gifts that were given to me. So I got this from DJ Boy, the Japanese version on the Mega Drive, which is really good. I got Wrestle War, again the Japanese version on the Mega Drive, and they were both from Asobi Kwang. Yes, the guy I shout out at the end of my videos, Asobi Kwang DX. We've been friends for a very long time, and he's a bloody awesome guy because he gave me a couple of games I wanted as well, which is really awesome. So thank you very much. Yeah, awesome. And I bought myself Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It needed to be done, didn't it? You know, Sonic 2, one of the greatest games ever made, quite literally. Puyo, it was quite cheap, and I like Puyo. And the one that you saw in the title screen, Adama, and that was only 15 quid as well, which that's really gone down a lot in price. I thought that was like a steal, and then I looked online, it's pretty much what the going rate for it at the moment. So yeah, quite cool. So people, when I put this up on Instagram, people were saying, what is it? It's so my understanding is it's imagine if you crossed Pikmin with pinball and you control it with a microphone. That's Adama. What the hell? I've never probably played it, and yeah, maybe I'll stream it one night. But yeah, and yeah, that's what I got at the London Gaming Market. My overall review of the event was it was pretty damn good. I liked it. It was really cool. There's a lot of good sellers there. I mean, all of these, I think that was maybe 10 or 12 quid. That was a little bit more, close to 15. But I mean, it is immaculate. I mean, look at the manual. I mean, it is practically brand new. Yeah, it's gorgeous. So yes, let me have a look at these final questions. Oh, questions. Yes, from Marcus King Emo Cut Tyndall, and he asks, number one, if you were to start again on YouTube from square one, what would you want to know that would, in your opinion, help out the most? I've never regretted anything I've done on my channel, honestly. I mean, I've learned things along the way. I wish I got better at, you know, being on camera a lot sooner, because I removed all the Disney videos. Oh, and while I'm bringing that up, actually, the Disney, you know, Slope Does Disney videos, they are coming back in a way, but they're going to be labelled as the history in the games one. So I'll look into the history of a particular, you know, film, Snow White, Dumbo, perhaps, you know, Aladdin, perhaps, and yeah, then I'll look at all the games. So they're essentially the same, but instead of me just reviewing them and telling the story, it'll be like a history lesson on how it was made, and then the games as well, so that they fit along with my War of the Worlds, Howard the Duck, Beavis and Butthead, South Park. There was one other as well, and Popeye videos. So it's almost like a new series that I've started, and the Disney videos seem to sit in quite nicely. So yes, I would change that perhaps. But my biggest regret is honestly not starting sooner, because I know if I started sooner, I would have been able to take it full time sooner and not spent like 2 or 3 years with kids and trying to do this at the same time. It was hectic those 3 or 4 years trying to do this. So yeah, that's it really. That's it. He also asks, if humanity ended tomorrow and you could save only one game and one film for whoever finds us after, what game and film would you preserve and why? The film would, oh right, well my favourite film is Pulp Fiction, but for a film for them to find us after, is Planet Earth a cheat? I mean, it'd be quite cool for people if the existence ended, you know, and then they saw a video about Planet Earth. That'd be quite interesting. I'm going for the cheap option there, Planet Earth. And a game, I don't know. I mean, my all-time favourite game is Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and I'm trying to think of any why you would give someone a game. You know what would be bloody good, actually, to give people is Shenmue. but then it's not finished, is it? But then maybe that's the coolness of it. Maybe that's like the mystery. Do the HD version. Yeah, the HD, Shenmue 1 and 2. Let's cheat there as well. 1 and 2 of Shenmue. That would be a brilliant game for someone to find. You know, like, what's this? Oh, it's a game. You know, they wouldn't know what a game is. I don't know. But yeah, Shenmue 1 and 2. They're the games I would choose. The HD one for the PlayStation 4. And finally, number 3. What is the correct response to how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? 17. But anyway, guys, yes, I want to thank all of my patrons for supporting me this long. If you guys want to ask me questions for my next Q&A, and it's going to be Disney themed in Disneyland Paris, along with many other things as well, then please do join the Patreon. There'll be links below, of course, and a link on the an address on the screen for you to follow. And please do follow and sign up if you want to support the show. It really, really does help out, especially when things like this happen, when I just can't release a video this week. It takes a massive hit, honestly. So people like the patrons really do help when something like this happens, which thankfully isn't a lot, but you know, hey, it does happen. So yes, thank you very much, Patreons, and yeah, I suppose this is where I'm going to sign out. This is DJ Slope signing out, and hopefully I'll see you all next time.